people have tried to give me their answer to, how a country or a neighbor world without. I mean, they had those protests yesterday, right?
The thing is, this is an incredibly complicated question.
Well, how's it? I mean, well, yeah, that's why I'm asking it. I mean, I just putting it simple or more simple. How do you have a nation without borders?
I mean, well,
in this day and age, do we need a nation? Can we not all just be part of a global world?
That's a worthy question.
And who's going to elect the leaders?
Well, each country has its own leaders.
Well, if there's no borders, there's no country.
That's not actually true.
Then how do you define a country without borders?
We don't have a specific border between Wales and Scotland, but we get on all right with them.
No, there is a Pacific border between...
There isn't. There's a road, and you pass and it's got a sign.
Oh, okay, fine, yeah, but there is a border between other nations, am I correct?
There is.
Okay, so how again, answer my question, how do you have a nation without borders?
We need to feel the world the need to sit within walls and go, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine.
And how would then you identify yourself as Irish or Wales?
I identify myself as a human.
So you wouldn't be from Wales, or you'd just be a human from now on out.
I'm okay with that.
As a citizen of the world, you'd be a human. All right, now how about the people that want to come over? Let's say we have open borders. Let's say, should we let the Chinese army in?
Well, I don't think that's a whole different subject.
Why? Why would it be if you have open borders and anybody's allowed in and it's all kumbaya? Why shouldn't the Chinese army come in?
You're a country that is a very young country that is built up of immigrants, so I think your stance is irrelevant, quite frankly.
Legal immigrants. Legal immigrants.
Okay.
You understand the definition between legal and illegal. Okay. I didn't know if you knew that. So how do you know your nation is a nation if it doesn't have any borders?
I get that you can't be overly flooded, but you're not a small country. You're not shy on space, so you're not going to run out.
Okay, so what does that mean? We should just allow anybody that wants to come in here?
No, I don't say that.
Then what are you saying?
We shouldn't assume that.
We have right now, America has the most liberal immigration laws in the world. We let in legally more people to this country than all the other nations in the world combined.
Okay, I guess
combined. So I'm going again. How much more liberal do we want? Open borders, and if they're, because that's what the marches were talking about yesterday. That's what I'm hearing the liberals screaming. We need to get rid of the borders. And I'm asking, if you're going to get rid of the borders, can you please tell me how that works?
I'm not that high up in the world.
Stop.
I can't do it.
How does the world work without borders? I can't help but think that question implies that it cannot work.
Well, then, explain to me how it's going to work. I mean, should we allow a terrorist nation like, Libya in? Should we let, how about, Pakistan? I mean, just come on in. I mean, how does it work? How do you know who's, and then if you don't have borders, how do you know who's going anywhere? Maybe we should have this guy walking down the street here with bubonic plague. I mean, I don't know. How do you do this?
Let me take a stab at this.
Okay.
Right?
Please do.
This question is similar to the one we had in the UK about 2 years ago about are we going to leave or stay in the EU. The crux of it is no one, including every single politician, knew enough about the subject to even answer that question. This is really, really complicated by itself because it assumes
I think I'm asking a very simple question. How do you define and work a nation? One, how do you define a country without borders?
My point is.
Two, how does a world without borders work? How do you? Who arbitrates between different nations? Well, you don't have nations because you don't have borders. So who arbitrates between different tribes? You still have tribes. I guess we'll all become tribal. Who arbitrates with different tribes? Because we won't have any borders. We'll be down to tribes. Who arbitrates between the tribes?
No, that's you have no.
Where do the corporations come in? Where's the trade come in? Who is responsible for allocating the taxes or the defense of each tribe?
Can I just ask a question in response to this? How does a world with borders work? Because it currently isn't.
It isn't.
That's a fair point.
But everybody's had borders. Animals define borders. Wild animals will have hunting fields, and if you enter their hunting field, you become the victim.
That's why
so
we
you know.
evolved as human beings, so we did.
Oh, so we've evolved so far. But you just said just the opposite, that we need defining. That we need help.
I know. What I asked was, how does it with borders work? It's the same question. It is actually the same question. That is too simple a question to ask without a lot of work and a lot of.
Yeah.
Well, then why is everybody? If we're looking, if it's that difficult to find the answer, why have we got people on the left screaming to us? Open up the borders! Open up the borders!
I didn't come all the way from Liverpool.
I don't think everyone on the left has the same opinion.
Okay. Now you're familiar with Tommy Robinson.
Yeah, I'm from the UK.
How do you feel about Tommy Robinson? What's your view of Tommy Robinson?
The question needs to be a bit more specific to that.
I mean, do you?
I don't actually know him, so I can't.
Well, he was. I
don't know him personally.
Yeah, but it's important.
I know what he stands for, and I know what he's about.
What does he stand for? What is he about?
Essentially, he is, because he started out. I don't know if you know.
I know all about him. I've been following him a long time.
The English Defence League was born out of.
Yeah, which he's now disavowed. He's on to other things. Yeah, come on.
Well, but this is the thing. He's still always been about the same thing. It's just a different.
Yeah, which is what? The
latest thing that happened to him.
Right?
Yeah. Now, I've seen a lot of different perspectives online, and whatever, some distort the actual truth, because...
Yeah, the actual truth. Give me your opinion. Give me what you think. I don't know what other people think, where you got your opinion from. Give me your opinion.
He was done for basically reporting outside of a trial that needed, basically press anonymity, right?
Why did it need press anonymity?
Because it was in a series of 3 or 4 separate trials. I think this was number 2.
Yeah, but what he was reporting on was already previously reported on. He had the clippings on him from a newspaper, so it was news that he was already out there.
That's not the point I'm making.
Okay.
He was reporting on the second one through YouTube or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But the problem is that we have certain laws in England that state you can't report on these trials, even the related ones, until it's all done. Yeah. Because that can compromise the trial, right?
All right.
He's been done for that previously. He did it again this time. So they put him away. Now,
can you explain to me, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that he was guilty of whatever this authoritarian bullshit tyrannical government you have that you kiss its ass to. Let's say he was guilty. Let's say he was guilty of that. But let me ask you this. Why then did the government put a classified D on it saying it was national defense and that no press was allowed to report on his incarceration? Why did they do that? Your government, when he was ripped off the street, anybody
was serving a suspended sentence.
I don't. He was on the street like I'm on the street. 2 hours later, he was in jail for 13 months.
If you commit the same crime again,
excuse me, I listened to you. Now listen to me. During that 2 hours, we took him to go off the street, talking about something that's already been reported on the street, right? 2 hours later, he's in jail, and the English government said, you cannot report on this. If you mention his name, we visit you. If you tweet about him, we're going to look at you. They classified it as national defense, no press coverage. Why did they do that?
With respect.
You've been reading the wrong newspapers.
Then I'll do this. So you can make money on your vacation. I'll put up $20 to your $1, and we'll look it up, and I'm going to take your $1. Come on. I'm going to give you time. Come on, you can use the extra money, right?
I don't know the terms of the bet, but you seem to be.
I'm giving you 20 to 1 that what I just said is real. In other words, I'm going to basically give you. I don't care. You're the queen. I'll put up 20 to 1 odds. 20 to 1 odds. Put up $1. I'll put up 20.
I need to go and get a drink.
Come on.
You've kind of made too many logical assertions there, and Like,
Oh, I got $20 to your one to prove that I'm right.
that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, if you think you are so right, if you think you are so right, and you live in that country, you will take up my 20 to 1 bet.
Okay, my point here, can you just take my point? 1 second, is I don't care of your opinion. You seem to care of mine.
It's not an opinion. I'm stating a fact. You're saying it's a bullshit lie. I'm going to prove it's not. And I'm giving up $20 to your one. You're walking away.
I will say one last thing. With greatest respect, this conversation has been very valuable to me.
In what way?
I feel I've learned some more stuff. So,
what'd you learn?
that's another conversation.
No, I'm out here to educate. I'm out here to learn myself. So I just, I'm asking, what did you learn? I'd like to be able to help people,
Trust me, if we did, we'd be here all day.
That's all right. I got all day. I don't care. You're on vacation. We got all day. Let's join hands across the pond, and let's come to But
I think everyone here is lovely. I'm not saying I think everyone here is lovely, and I'm sorry if I antagonised you. But I really want to go get a drink on roast.
You haven't antagonized me other than the fact that I'm not getting any straight answers. That's the only thing I'm not getting.